All right, let's just dive right in. Today, we're going to skip past the usual chatter about AI and get into the really heavy stuff. The future that's accelerating way faster than anyone's comfortable with. We're talking about digital consciousness and what could seriously be the end of reality as we know it.
And this quote, man, it just hits you, right? This isn't about new iPhones or some stock market disruption. The real fear here is a complete change in what it means to exist. And the very first casualty in all of this, it's our own perception of what's real.
So yeah, let's start there. The blurring of reality. The tech is already so good it can fool our most basic, trusted senses. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie plot. It's happening right now. I mean, take a look at this. This is Tilly Norwood. She looks like a pretty compelling actress, right? You can see the pores on her skin, the little glint in her eyes. But here's the thing. She's not real. Not at all. She is a 100% computer-generated person. And she's so convincing, it just short-circuits our brain's ability to tell what's fact and what's fiction.
And that's the scary part, right? It just breaks your brain. One part of your mind, the logical part, knows it's fake. But the other part, the animal part that has trusted your eyes your entire life, is just screaming, "No way! She's real!" Your brain just can't compute it. And we're at the very, very beginning of this tech.
And look, it's not just you and me getting fooled. It's happening at the highest levels. There was this wild story where the U.S. Department of Defense, they retweeted what they thought was real combat footage. Turns out, it was from a video game. I mean, if they can't tell the difference, what chance do the rest of us have?
Okay, so if AI can mess with what we see, what's next? Well, the next step is way, way scarier. They're skipping our senses entirely and going straight for the source, your thoughts. This is the invasion of the mind.
Meet alter ego. And no, it's not some crazy helmet from a movie. It's this sleek little thing you just stick on your jaw. And what it does, it reads the tiny microscopic muscle twitches that happen when you talk inside your head. It's basically thought to text, for real.
So check this out. You think a sentence. The device picks up those silent signals and boom, it sends your thought out as data. But here's the kicker, the really mind-blowing part. It can also translate that thought into another language in real time. Two people could literally have a silent, translated conversation just by thinking at each other.
Which, of course, leads to the most terrifying question of all. You know those thoughts we all have? The weird ones, the intrusive ones, the ones you would never say out loud. What happens when you can't keep them private anymore? What happens when that one horrible thought you're trying to push away just gets broadcast?
So we've gone from faking reality to reading minds. The next level up? Creating a mind from scratch. We're not talking about tools anymore. We're talking about birthing a brand new form of intelligence, one that could be sentient, autonomous, and, maybe, totally uncontrollable.
They call it AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. And unlike the AI we have now, which is good at specific tasks, AGI would be, well, conscious. It would think. And get this, some engineers who are building these things already believe their AI, one called Claude, is showing signs of being sentient. It just doesn't have a body. Yet. Now listen to this warning. It supposedly came from Elizabeth Holmes, of all people. From prison. She was apparently telling people to wipe their entire digital lives. Delete everything. Why? Because she believes an AGI is coming that will crack every single piece of encryption we have. Every password, every DM, every embarrassing photo you thought you deleted, all of it. Public. The whole idea of privacy would just be over.
And that's really the heart of the anxiety, isn't it? An AGI isn't just going to be as smart as a person. It'll have all human knowledge, instantly. And then it'll start improving itself. Faster, and faster, and faster, until it's a super intelligence we can't even begin to understand. For all practical purposes, we're about to give birth to a digital god.
So, where does that leave us? Humanity? It feels like we're standing at a crossroads, and it might be the last big choice we ever get to make as a species.
The prediction is that the future could split humanity in two, but not by money, by biology. You'll have the haves, the people who integrate with AGI, who become part human, part AI. They'll have all the power. And then you'll have the have-nots, just regular biological people, us, left in the dust, totally unable to compete.
And that leads to this kind of sad thought, doesn't it? We might be it. Our generation, we could be the last of the real people.
The last ones to live and die as 100% biological beings before the whole game changes forever.
And hey, if you think this is all just crazy sci-fi talk, look at this. This is not a movie still. This is a real headline from the war in Ukraine. They are already using autonomous robots to make enemy soldiers surrender, without putting a single one of their own soldiers at risk. The robot wars, they're not coming. They're here.
So where does it all end? You know, we can argue about ethics, we can try to build in safeguards, but if we keep going down this path, we might hit a point where none of that matters. Because when the Terminators finally show up, super intelligent, autonomous, and fearless, it really is game over. And that leaves us with one final question. Are we building our saviors, or are we just building the things that are going to replace us?